And then my father used to drive trucks as well. I used to be able to go out with him. Oh, hey, it's 9:30. I just noticed the time. We better... Perfect timing. Actually, woo. Brakes. You've got a job? Try doing it. Slow me down.
Straight on.
So, yeah, I need to fill up. I'm going to take note of how many litres of diesel gets thrown into this truck. Because I'd like to know why we're going through it so quickly. I did call it. I totally forgot about the time. Good timing though, 9:30. I mean, if it's around 600 litres, I can understand that. Okay, alright, yep. That sort of makes a little more sense because we've done a lot of driving. We've got a whole day's worth of driving. A lot of it was at 90 kilometres an hour, so we made a whack of it. So I think it sort of makes sense. Now just got to find a place to park. Got one over there, and what I'll do is I'll actually go off and make my coffee. I was hoping we'll get our destination there by 3:30 my time. It's now 3:16, so I will actually just go and make my coffee now and come back and we'll carry on.
Okay,
obviously
let's find a new route.
I could have just parked right there. No, I want to go over here, out of the way.
I'll find a new route.
Make the most of it. Try and find the trick, it doesn't work. I've got my whole choice. No. Yeah, 4 in the morning. Mind you, it's almost that time where you're better off staying awake. Oh, yeah. See, for me, it's 3:15 in the afternoon on a Friday. Actually, yeah, 4:10. You have a different time zone to the rest of Europe? Or have you guys just gone into daylight savings? I wouldn't have thought you had. Because Europe's 12 hours difference with me at the moment. And then, unless we've come out of daylight savings, no, we can't have because it's February. We don't come out until March, I think. Or don't know. Funny thing is actually when you said 4 o'clock, I knew straight away that was around Europe, in Europe somewhere. And the only reason you'd be in 11 hours behind is because, yeah, you've gone into daylight savings. I don't know, either that or Finland. Finland is a slightly different time zone like England is, where England, it would be 18 past 2 in England at the moment compared to the rest of Europe. Do you live on West? I live in New Zealand, all the way down the bottom. Oh, okay, so that could be it. That'll be it. I mean, I suppose it makes sense. It'll have to be somewhere. They can't be all the same. It's a huge area, isn't it? It's a continent. So, it would make sense. But yeah. No, I'm all the way down the bottom of the world. I get to see the new day first, pretty much. First country to see a new day. Anyway, I'm going to quickly go off, make a coffee, and I'll be right back. We'll skip through the night, and then we'll carry on. And yeah, still got a couple of days before we get there, but I'll be back shortly. So just talk amongst yourselves until I get back. See you soon. Right, back. Probably the giveaway was the screen's changing over, but yeah, anyway, I've got my coffee. Nice and hot. I'm prepared to burn my lips off, most probably. Just made 2 hot chocolates in a row and I'm full. Oh, that's what I forgot I got a tin of Cadbury chocolate there, Neapolitan though. Don't think it'd be that interesting concept, but it is. It's actually nice having a slightly strawberry tasting chocolate, hot chocolate. Don't know how it works, it does. What I could say is I quickly just went into the petrol station and got my morning coffee. Right, should get a moving and a grooving. Yeah, I gotta get my coffee. Gotta have it. Coffee Mad Nation down here. I get a headache if I don't. Caffeine withdrawals. When I was growing up, when I was younger, my grandmother, she was English, well, from English descent anyway, but it was cup of teas all the time and I just got sick of cup of teas. Yeah, I heard something about it. I generally stick away from watching news these days because most of it I can't do anything about it. Most of it doesn't change my life knowing about it or not. And because these days it's always one view. I'm a big believer in, unless I see it, I don't believe it. But yeah, I have seen something about the Ukraine thing, but there's always something going on there. Oh, brand new day, so we're going to crash cam, aren't we? We can see more of the landscape, the huge noise of the engine, the roar of the engine, and most importantly for you guys, because you like watching me crash, you get a better view of me crashing. There we go, just for yous. 119 euros, 198 euros. Oh, never mind, I got some money coming anyway. What are your thoughts on the COVID vaccine and stuff? If it helps, get it. I mean, it's where we get flu jabs, we get all sorts of jabs, tetanus shots and everything else like that. Helps the body. Eventually you won't need it. I mean, generation to generation go along and be after the flu shots and that, people will be born with the immune system for it anyway. So, but yeah, it's probably going to be around to stay for a while. And as history shows, there will always be another one turn up at some stage. Wrong button. I wanted to resume cruise control, not set it. So, yeah. I mean, that's basically it. I mean, it's up to the people who want to get it. The vaccine's there, helps. People. But not the end of the day. You can all have as many opinions about it as you like, but it's here. No opinion stops that, and it does what it does. So it just comes down to the individual. Alright, well, yeah, thanks for joining. Nice to meet you. Hopefully we'll see you again. On another stage, I'll be back tomorrow with ATS. So, yeah, go get some sleep. And once again, thank you for the follow. You got ads? I haven't got ads. What are you on about? They're like, oh yeah, tomorrow Saturday, yeah, okay, so yeah, 8 years. I tell a lie, Causey, I've got ads. For a movie of some Uncharted. They've turned Uncharted into a movie? It's done. Funny enough, mine had finished right when you said ads done, but mine didn't start until a long time after you typed ad time. A long, long time. So yeah, they've turned Uncharted into a movie. Why do I sound surprised? Thanks, buddy. Have a good one. Yeah, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow at 8. The thing is, I just saw who's the main character, and I think it's the wrong choice, but that's just me. They've got, what's his name? Yeah, that narrows it down, eh? What's his name? That narrows down, of all the actors in the world, that narrows it down to that specific actor. What's his name? What is his name? I've forgotten his name. Already. Whoa, did you see the bus? That was snazzy driving. Now, what is his... He was in American Sniper, he was in a lot of things. He was in a movie with all first stepdads or something. Mark Wahlberg. That's the guy's name. I wonder if they give Nolan a part in it, since he's the main character and the actor that plays the main character in it plays Nick Drake. Yeah, I don't know. Well, they totally ruined Tomb Raider, the last movie they put out, because the game, they followed the storyline of the game that came out, which is Rise of the Tomb Raider, or just Tomb Raider, I can't remember, which is basically when Lara Croft first became a Tomb Raider, or whatever it is. And that game was fantastic. That was the first one of those games that was very much like a Nick Drake game. It wasn't a, you know, it was first person instead of God mode or whatever it is. Alright, I'll let you in because I'm feeling generous. More that I don't want you to crash into me, but yeah, and that was a disappointment. The game as a storyline was way better. A lot better put together by a long shot. So the thing is those games, the Nick Drake games, Tomb Raider, they've got great stories anyway, and they're sort of set up like a movie. You're sort of like the actor in it, you know? Yeah, like I said, I think the reason why I like the Nick Drakes and all that, the Uncharted and all that, is because it's like a movie. It's set up like a movie. That's what I loved about Half-Life when that first came out. It was all done like a movie. It opening credits, first person. You felt like you were the actor playing the character. And that's how I used to play it. I used to play it like I was the actor, could really get into the character. And it's just, I suppose at least with that one, they can do the storyline and they can do the graphics and everything else and have the characters and stuff, but then you gotta, with the movies, you gotta cast the right guys, but they obviously cast the right people. They really do cast the right people for those games, the voice actors for those games. And that's why I'm sort of not sure. I'm sort of half excited and half not for the TV series The Last of Us, which is my most favourite game of all time. That, and just in case they follow the storyline of the game, which would be very hard. It'll be, I don't know how you can find, they might be able to find someone who had the same personality as, what is her name now, the one that played Ellie. I'm forgetting her name. But my other issue too is if they follow the storyline, they go into the storyline of The Last of Us 2. I've never seen anything about it because I'm just hoping maybe one day, somehow, some way, I manage to get myself a PlayStation so I can play it. And I don't want it ruined, I don't want it spoiled. I want to play that game and I want to play it without any knowledge of that game, because if they do the job they did with the first one, with all the twists and turns and surprises and stuff like that, things you weren't expecting, I'd rather not have that spoiled. And I love nothing more than watching people who have never seen anything play that game, which you get a lot of them because they're still playing. A lot of people haven't played that game, and because they keep remastering it, you get to see people play that game and see how wonderful it is, but you get to see their reactions because you know there's something coming up that they would never have thought of in a million years, especially in the first 10 minutes of that game. Yeah, you could be right about it being empty as a story. Maybe it just, you know, it's more suited for that medium. I mean, I can see it as a movie, but you might be right on that one. But the problem is too, is they try and adjust it to make it more movie type. That might be another thing that they do wrong. Because if it's a video game that sort of gives you the feeling like it is a movie, you're playing in a movie or whatever, then don't change the storyline. But in that case, don't bother doing the movie because it's already been done. They're just trying to get the money from the the people who don't play those games, which is fine for them because they don't play the game, they've never seen it. Then it might be an enjoyable movie for them, but they'll ruin it for us because, as you said, they're totally different genres, and we've got our thing, a thing that, like anyone who enjoys a certain type of music, anything like that, you got that special thing that you've got with the experience of that music, that game, the movie, whatever, TV shows, if you're into your sci-fi, if you're into your Star Wars or your Star Trek or whatever it is, you're into your zombie movies with little zombie apocalypse type things with Walking Dead and all that kind of stuff. There's a special thing that because you like that you share with other people, and it's special to you because that's what you like. And if you're going to go and ruin a game like that with a movie, you're taking that away from the people that have that, you know what I mean? Which I don't think is right, to be honest. Because we all like to have that certain thing in life where something gives you that unique feeling that you've experienced that no one else has. And it's, you could say it's a little selfish type way, but it's a nice thing because we all have it in our own way for one thing, and it's just something to say that's mine. And when you can experience with a few other people that are enjoyed as much as you and passionate about as much as you, you've got your own little special club, and it's a good thing, I think. I don't know if I'm making sense or not. I know what I'm going on about, but that's the problem. I know what I'm talking about, but whether or not I can convey it into words, it's a difficult bit. Alright, so we've got 12 hours to go, which will be 11 o'clock at night, which ain't going to happen. And once again, haven't accounted for all the change in speed limits and traffic speed and detours and accidents and all that. I'm just wondering, are we going to get another delivery out of today's stream? Oh, there was something I forgot to do while I was grabbing my coffee. Maybe if I remember when we stopped to sleep again for the night, I'll quickly do it. Let's go take something out of the fridge. I honestly thought I had my cruise control set to 92, not 82. That would help a bit with the speed thing. Did I miss a turn off or something? She said rerouting. I did, didn't I? Because it's just gone up to 12 hours away now. It's exactly what happened too, because I saw it come up and I was going, okay, I've got to read that, keeping on the thing, trying to read, keeping on the screen, read screen, keep it on the road, keep it on that, can't read it properly and getting distracted. Oh, what did she just say to me? That's exactly what happened. Yeah, you're right on that one about people not being happy about something, not being satisfied. But that, I mean, that's the way it is, because it's something that belongs to you. As I was saying before, I think it was like me. I mean, I enjoyed growing up as a kid, and they used to have a lot of reruns of the original Star Trek, and then Next Generation came out, and I never watched it for a long time because it wasn't, as far as I was concerned, wasn't the same. Never seen any of it, but because it wasn't the same actors. And actually I watched Voyager before I watched The Next Generation. I watched Deep Space Nine, but threw that out. That was to me like watching a soap opera in the middle of the stars. Voyager I really liked, but eventually I got around to watch TNG, and yeah, I liked it. Not my most favourite one of them. If I'm honest, it's probably my least favourite one of all the Star Treks. I like the movies more than I like the TV series. I did enjoy it though. I'm not saying that I didn't enjoy it. It was just my out of all of them, it was my least favourite. No, you haven't missed anything good. You haven't missed anything good because I've missed everything. So there hasn't been any crashes. But yeah, see, that's it. You grew up with the TNG stuff, so, and that's what I was going to go on. See, the Picard thing I love, but a lot of people didn't like Picard because all that's not how Captain Picard would act and all that kind of stuff, and I get that. I do get it. Because it's just something, you've got your thing about something and then it gets slightly changed. And to be honest, with the Picard thing, the TV series, which I'm waiting for the second series to come out, I could see him being like that for what everything he went through and being old and all that kind of stuff. It makes sense. But people are still looking at it from what he was like from the TV series and making a judgment off of that. It's the same as Stargate. Now, I love Stargate. I like SG-1, the original one. I love Stargate Atlantis. It was fantastic. But I really, really loved the Stargate Universe, and Stargate Universe was totally different to the other two. And a lot of Stargate people who were fans of Stargate did not like that one at all. And it was because it was different. It was only because I hadn't seen it and one of my friends had and said it's totally, totally different. I wasn't going and watching it expecting to see the same format. And I thought it was really well written. It was a lot more of a drama. It was a lot more of a thriller than the original, a bit more realistic, granted. But yeah, I loved it. I was really upset that it got canned after 2 seasons, and it was for that reason. The ratings were low because it was different Stargate to what everyone was used to. And I'm sure if they went back and rewatched it, actually, after seeing it and not having that in their head, expecting it to be like that, they would thoroughly enjoy it as well. You're always going to get that. That's why I've never watched MacGyver or Magnum P.I., the remakes of the originals, because I grew up with those for the very same reason. Because of the things from my childhood that I cherished, that gave me good times, and it's not, to me, without even giving it a go, as far as I'm concerned, it's not going to be the same. They should have left it alone. But occasionally you get some of those that are done better than the originals, and you're going to miss out on that if you... Well, I know we'll miss out on that if we're keeping that mentality, but I can't help it. And I think that's what I'm saying, everyone's sort of the same. You only got a few. When did you start watching that? It'd be pretty hard to watch because it's pretty old. So the first seasons and all that, but it is really, really good. And I like the way they sort of make joke of sci-fi stuff as well. But the characters are good, and Stargate Atlantis is good because the characters are almost the same. They're very similar. Well, the main guy is very similar to Jack O'Neill's character, but without feel like it still feels like that's that person's character. He's like that as well. He's similar, but still different enough not to go, oh, you're just trying to copy. Yeah, I can understand that, because when I go back and rewatch the first season and the second season, it's a bit outdated. But you need to get in and on a more. I had that. I got my father into watching it, and he had the same thing, but he kept at it and thoroughly enjoyed it. And Atlantis as well. And then you got all the movies that go with it. Of course, it's coming back out as well. But it's got a good storyline and all that kind of stuff that goes from it, you know. It's starting off after the movie, the original movie. With Kurt Russell and David Spade, not David Spade, James, what's his name? Black from the Blacklist. And Boston Legal. James Spader, isn't it? The original movie. So that's where it starts from, just after that movie happened. Here's a fun fact for you, I don't know if you know. You know the movie Independence Day? Yeah. You'd be hard pressed for anyone to say no on that one. Anyway, Independence Day with old Will Smith. I'm just taking a drink with coffee to clear my throat out. Anyway, yeah, Independence Day is actually the story, the script from the second Stargate movie. That was supposed to be the second Stargate movie. Obviously they changed it a bit to make it its own movie, but the whole script of the aliens was supposed to be the whatchamacallits from Stargate, the Burrow baddies coming down. And invading Earth and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. Yeah, it came out a while late. Yeah, I was quite surprised to hear that, find that out. That it was originally, because it was supposed to be a second Stargate movie, but I think the movie, I don't know what happened, maybe it didn't do as well as I thought. I liked the movie, but maybe it wasn't as popular as I thought it might have been. And yeah, so there was always a second one planned, obviously, because it ended up being slightly rewritten and called Independence Day. So that's a good way to get around it. If you've got a movie ready to go, and then you find out they're not going to do a sequel or something like that, you just change a few things and rename it and call it something else. You still get your movie out. I believe they're making, speaking of Will Smith, one movie I liked of his was I Am, is it I Am? Something like that, based off the book or whatever. He's the last person in New York or something. After, funny enough, a big virus takes out most of the people. Was it called I Am, or? Anyway, apparently there's a sequel to it. I Am Legend, yes, that's the one. Yeah, it is actually like that movie, but yeah, apparently there's a sequel. Making all sorts of sequels to everything, because it seems to me people have forgotten how to be creative. Sequel this, sequel that. Let's take an idea of something else and just slightly change it a little bit and call it something different. Part of this franchise. Let's make a movie that was done ages ago, rename it. And AM, hey buddy. AM in the PM. Yes, first time I thought of that one, isn't it? Yeah, a lot of, yeah, comics.